We'll call this meeting to order. Mr. Garvin, would you give the invocation, please?
Yes, ma'am. Please stand. Father in heaven, we thank you for this day. We thank you for your love and your grace and your mercy. We ask now that your wisdom would lead us tonight as we do business for the Cherokee Nation. We thank you for each one that's gathered here tonight. We pray that you'd bless each one. Father, I pray for our country and our military and civilian population all over the world. Pray for their safety. Forgive us of our sins. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen. Shelley, will you call the roll, please?
Here. Honey?
Here. Here. Present.
Present.
Honey?
Here.
Curtis Snell.
Here.
Denise Taylor.
Here.
David Thornton.
Honey.
David Wilkinson.
Honey?
Carrie Allen Watts.
Honey.
We do have a quorum.
Okay, do I hear approval of the previous meeting's minutes of August 12th, special session, August 12th, regular session, and August 29th, special session?
So moved.
Okay.
Second.
We have motion and second. Would that be for all of them, Mr.
Yes.
Garvin, in total? Okay. Are there any corrections or questions? All those in favor can signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed? Ayes have it. The minutes will stand as approved. Prior to the rest of the agenda, I would like Councilman Byrd and Council Lady Fishing Hawk, on behalf of a very grateful council. We have a gentleman here that is a former council member, is former treasurer of the tribe, that has, I know for at least 25 years, been the gentleman that we called upon in order to even do our parade presentation in the fall. I'd like to call Mr. Gary Chapman forward. We've got a little thank you memento that we would like to honor Mr. Chapman with.
Also with that, Gary Chapman is the only secretary treasurer to have served under 4 chiefs: Keeler, Swimmer, Mankiller, and myself. That's right.
Thank you.
This was one of our special blankets that we give to people that we honor. Joe, can you hold it around? That will work. You just put it on your
Don't
shoulder.
hold it too high.
Then about the time you put it on, you just take it. Then you just get a photo with this gentleman, then we'll undo it.
And folks, I would like to get all of us around Mr. Chapman. We owe him a great debt of gratitude because he has spent a number of years making sure that we were taken care of at different events. Let's just go out there and all of them. If the crowd will indulge us for just a minute.
Middle back on me.
Can you guys go ahead and get closer than that and act like you like each other?
We can go get behind you guys.
Yeah, let's move. We'll get behind. You're a small person.
You're going to be in the back. David, this is the name of the and taller people to the back.
Okay.
We're good. Right in behind.
There you go. Can you get all of us?
Here we go. One, two, three. We'll take 30
30 seconds what I'm going to say, but I used to be the designated council member to make any motions that involve any increase in mileage or any stipend. It's been my pleasure. You guys continue to do a good job. Do what's right for the people. And you'll succeed.
Thank you.
Don't forget your blanket, Gary.
I'll be back. Pass it around.
I hope you accept that with all the gratitude that we have to give you, because you have been, every time we've called upon you, you've always been there to help us. Thank you.
I will say one more thing. I went to Washington and at first, Senator Belton was not in favor of it. And he did say, finally, I'll go to the Hill and find the revenue sharing money. He did the same thing on the pocket. He said, boys, I'm not for it. Then after about 5 trips, he said he'll go over to Rockville and convince Tammy that I'll get the money. There was a guy from Calipus in Rockville. Gary, we wondered when you were coming.
Well, we certainly appreciate you. Okay, I think we're here for the State of the Nation. We didn't try to steal the Chief's thunder, but Chief Bill John Baker. Give him a break.
Well, welcome to the September Tribal Council meeting. I'm going to regress just a little bit to Gary, and for years and years he has taken us in the parade. He used to have some real nice plastic chairs, and we would get on them, and according to what we weighed and how fast the trailer was going and this, that, and the other, those chairs had kind of buckled just a little bit. And Troy Wayne was on the very back of the float one time, and it just almost threw him off. But I do think we lost a couple of plants that day. But I was walking through the parade this year, and I noticed that Gary had bought you all brand new, heavy aluminum chairs that there was no danger of them folding or collapsing. So I appreciate Gary, and he apparently appreciates you all. But he bought you all brand new chairs this year. Yes, sir.
Good little Proctor did tumble once, never lost his pipe, got right back up on his road and rest.
And probably said hot chicken. Well, a few updates. It's been a really busy time at the Cherokee Nation. As you know, this last weekend we had the Cherokee National Holiday, and I truly believe it was one of the biggest, one of the best that we've ever had. There were more people on the sides of the parade, more people in the parade than I believe ever before. The powwow went really well. We had some special guests. Veronica danced on the grand entry on Friday night with her dad and mom. And I really, if you get a chance, the employees of the Cherokee Nation totally outdid themselves, getting the grounds looking good, getting prepared for the huge crowds that we had. And the best judge of a good holiday is when security comes up and tells you that it was the easiest holiday they ever had. So I truly believe that it was special. Now, to help pay those employees back and show them appreciation, this coming Wednesday in the field just west of the complex, we're having, starting at 2 o'clock, is the All-Employee Appreciation Day. And we're going to feed them good, and we've got bouncy things, and we've got door prizes, and at 5 o'clock, or 5:30, 5:30, we'll start a concert. It'll start off with Sean Crittenden, then it'll go to the Swan Brothers, and then finally it'll end up with Charlie Pride. And the entire community is invited to come to this free concert. So gather your friends up, gather your families up, bring them to the Cherokee Nation for a free concert right after the Employee Appreciation Day here at the complex. We had the opportunity to give out 129 checks to our rural fire departments all over northeastern Oklahoma this last week. We gave over $450,000 to help those rural fire departments do what they do best, which is protect us, our loved ones, and property all over the Cherokee Nation. That was a good time, and we fed them well. And then this last week as well, we had the Tri-Council meeting where Friday morning we had a quorum of the UKB, we had a quorum of the Cherokee Nation, and we had a quorum of the Eastern Band sitting together, coming together to talk about unity, to talk about what we could do together to make each and every one of us stronger, because we're truly stronger as all the Cherokee people than we are as any single tribe. We took the Tri-Council, or I think Jack was maybe the tour guide, but they went by the Saline Courthouse, which is the only outlying courthouse in the Cherokee Nation left that we're in the process of putting a new roof structure, new shake shingles on, and bringing it back to life. I think the Eastern Band were taken with it. They brought them by the new Veterans Center. That the first meeting that we really had was during the holiday, where we wined and dined the veterans and showed them their gift from the Cherokee Nation, where they have a home away from home anytime they're in the area. And although the work still continues, it was done enough to have the open house. We're still waiting on some tile work and some things to totally finish it up. But it had an overflow crowd during the holiday. This weekend, I spent Saturday at a community meeting in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Sunday in Dallas, Texas. We did over almost 300 photo IDs in Dallas and had a great community meeting. People just stuck around and visited. It started before church and it ended in 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. But we had an extremely good time visiting with our brothers and sisters that are removed to Dallas, but they're still part of the Cherokee Nation family. This next weekend, we'll travel to Houston and San Antonio, Austin, to community meetings in that part of Texas. It's been really a great 2 or 3 weeks since we last met, and the Cherokee Nation is thriving and moving forward every day. At this time, if I could, I want to read off way too many names. Too many names of Cherokee citizens that have passed in the last 30 days. In Adair County, Mike Eagle, Janie Adair, Sarah Pritchett, Melinda Chukalate, Jamin Gawahiji, Mary Sidebottom, Betty Bird, Amanda Nofire, Wesley Bird, Sophia England, Wadey Van, and Mike Ketcher. Cherokee County, Christine Shade. She was not Cherokee, but she raised a lot of Cherokee kids and raised an entire community. Emma Webster, Troy Bolander, Donna Rowland, Michael Waits, Brandy Thomas, Deborah Harp, and Lolita Shannon, all from Cherokee County. Craig County, we had Walter Hogshooter. Delaware County, Evelyn Strader, William Clearly, Marty Sharp, Carlton Davis. In Mays County, Pamela Corbelk, Rebecca Stevens, Earlene Anderson. Muskogee County, Billy Hamilton. Ottawa County, Courtney Arnold. Rogers County, Melissa Walden, Jackie Lewis, Linda Bottoms. Sequoia County, Ricky Corbett, Kaya Stridler, Gwendolyn Young, Kenneth Foreman, Linda Christie, Jimmy Don Cheater, Joe Dean Harrell, James C. Martindale. In Tulsa County, Karen English, Jeremiah Smith, Edward Buzzard, Gregory L. Downing, and Georgia Usury. Wagner County, John R. Elsey. Does the council have other Cherokee citizens? Don?
Bill Hayworth, attorney for
Absolutely. Bill Hayworth.
Leon Glass.
Leon Glass. Jody?
Sally Blackwood.
Sally Blackwood. David?
Had Gary Callison from Gore, Oklahoma,
Gary Callison
and a good friend of mine, Mary Grass from Vian, Oklahoma.
and Mary Grass. If we could take a few moments of silence. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
Rhonda Flanders in the Austin area in Texas, Ronald Mayfield in Ukiah, California, and Joan Kunkel in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Thank you.
And I have a Cheryl Needham of Grove, Oklahoma.
Ruth Wilhoit Cherry of Claremore, and James Payne of Oklahoma City.
We could have a few moments of silence for these Cherokee citizens. At this time, I'd like to formally introduce our new Miss Cherokee. She will, if you want to, Julie Thornton is the 18-year-old daughter of Shelley and Brian Thornton of Gore. Julie attends Northeastern State University, where she is studying Cherokee language, Cherokee cultural studies, and speech language pathology. Julie aspires to be a speech pathologist at the Cherokee Language Immersion School or teach the Cherokee language at the college level. She enjoys sewing, traditional clothing, teaching Cherokee culture, playing traditional games, and living a healthy lifestyle. If everybody would give a big hand for our new Miss Cherokee. Would you like to say something? Sure you would. Come on. You don't have a choice.
I would just like to thank you for all being here tonight, and I would like to thank you for letting me represent you for this next year. Widow.
Oh. Also with us tonight are several Little Cherokee ambassadors. We have Chuja Flute. We have Maya Summerfield. They're from the age 4 to 6 little ambassadors. We have Nathan Lowry and Alexis Snell from the 7 to 9 age group. And Shinnahi, help me. Shinnahi Rhodes? No, not here. Sorry. If we give the little ambassadors. And Junior Miss Cherokee.
Lenise Belcher.
Thank you. It wasn't here. I know her dad, I know her, but okay. But we appreciate you and your hard work, and she's going to represent us well as Junior Miss, as Julie did as our Junior Miss as well. And finally, I'd like to ask that you keep Betty Barker in your thoughts and your prayers. She is Justice Angie Jones' grandmother, Diane Barker, Harold's mother, and today underwent serious surgery. Please keep Betty and her family close in your prayers. God bless each and every one of you. And God bless the Cherokee Nation.
We'll now have our Cherokee Warrior Veterans Awards by Deputy Chief Joe Crittenden.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. We were to honor 3 warriors tonight, but I don't think Jeff Simpson came. I don't see him. So we've got 2 others, and we will honor them tonight. Our first veteran is Kelly Lynn Ross Guy. Would you come down, ma'am? I'm going to read about you a little bit. Thank you for your service. Kelly Lynn Ross Guy was born in 1973 and graduated Tahlequah High School in 91. She joined the Marine Corps on July the 17th, 1993. She graduated boot camp from Parris Island, South Carolina, and attended Aviation Electronics Maintenance School. She then attended the Marine Air Traffic Control Unit Radar School and served as a station radar technician for the next 4 years. Soon she was selected to be a radar instructor. She was promoted to staff sergeant while serving as an instructor. She served as a radar chief in Okinawa, Japan from 2004 to 2005 before assuming the responsibilities as the SNCOIC. Can you tell me what that means? Okay, Staff Non-Commissioned Officer in Charge, Maintenance Chief, and the Supply Chief. In June 2007, she was deployed to Iraq in support of Operation Enduring Freedom. Her primary duties were to develop the Naval Aviation Maintenance Management Program within the detachment and educate and evaluate her peers and the junior Marines on policies and procedures. She was promoted to Master Sergeant and retired from the Marine Corps after 20 years of service in August of 2013. Her personal awards include Meritorious Service Medal, Navy Commendation Medal, 3rd Award, Navy Achievement Medal, 4th Award, Military Outstanding Volunteer Service Medal. Kelly has a degree in business management. She is currently employed by Oklahoma State University at the Cherokee County Cooperative Extension Office. She has a son, Austin Ross Guy, who lives in Tahlequah with her and attends Tahlequah High School. And ma'am, I want to thank you for your service to this great country.
She does a real good job with the 4-H kids and my granddaughter in particular.
No.
One, two, three. One.
This is your tradition. I guess it's something that you earn, not something
Thank you all, I appreciate it. It's obviously a great honor to serve the country, and I've enjoyed the last 20 years serving my country, and now I'm here to serve my community. So thank you.
Council members from Cherokee County, thanks for realizing that I left you. You're welcome to come down and help, and you just came down on your own. Everybody's alert tonight. Thank you. Our next veteran is a gentleman named William Brown. William, would you come down, sir? Let's give him a hand. He says he's from up in the Tulsa area, so Council Lady Kara Cowan Watts, would you come and help? And Dick Lay, you want to come down and help us? You don't? Okay.
I will, yeah.
Okay. Somebody mentioned your name, Dick.
Actually, Lee should come as well.
And Lee, I'm told you're supposed to come too. William, I want to read a few words about you, sir. William Billy Brown was born at the Claremore Indian Health Service Hospital in 1955. His parents were Margie White Brown and John Wesley Brown Sr. His family moved to Gray Horse Indian Village, which is located in Osage County. He attended high school at Chilocco Indian School in Fairfax. Billy enlisted in the U.S. Marine Corps on his 18th birthday in 1973 during the Vietnam era. He went to Marine Corps Boot Camp Depot in San Diego before he was stationed at Camp Lejeune, North Carolina. Billy's unit was the 2nd 8-inch Howitzer Battery, 2nd Field Artillery Group, Force Troops, Fleet Marine Force Atlantic. After his discharge from the service, Billy attended Northeastern State University and received a Bachelor of Science in Business Administration. Billy is actively involved in the Indian community and likes to participate in Cherokee events and ceremonies. And Billy, on behalf of the Cherokee Nation, I want to thank you for your service to this great country, sir.
Chief Baker, Deputy Chief Britton, esteemed council, I'd like to thank you for honoring me and honoring, respecting all of our Cherokee vets. Thank you for our new home over there. I really appreciate it. I was there Labor Day, had a good meal. I was treated real nice, and I want to thank you for that. And there's a couple of people that I'd like to thank very much. On a GI Bill going to school, I also received money from the Cherokee Nation to attend college and graduate from Northeastern. So I'd like to thank Turner Bear. He's meant a lot to me. 1 or 2 semesters I messed up when I had to go in and talk to him over here down the hall. They told me, he said, Billy, we got so much money invested in you. He said, all we can do is just keep funding you and hope you get out. So we worked and I graduated. And, but I'd like to thank everyone, and I'd like to thank Les Kelly, and I'd like to thank Callie Hathcote, and there's several other. I know that Jesse Ridge was a Cherokee, and he died in Vietnam. I'd like to thank him and his family. And then there was a guy where I grew up. He was a Caucasian named Elmer Fields. He died in Vietnam. And then there was another Indian, Tommy Littleson, and I'd like to thank them. And I've met a lot of Vietnam vets through my powwow circuit and rodeos. And Callie Hathcote told me, you know, if somebody's a Vietnam vet, stick out your hand, and tell them thanks, and welcome home. And I learned that from her, and when I do it, it makes them really feel good. Somebody's finally thanking them and welcoming them, and that's why I want to thank the Cherokee Nation. Y'all make me feel at home. Thank you.
That's all I have, Madam Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes.
Madam Speaker, I need to amend the agenda and add a new item, a new business item number 11, and it's come out of committee today. It needs to be added. It's a resolution authorizing Cherokee Nation's application for full membership into the Intertribal Buffalo Council.
And that's in the form of a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and second. This was the resolution that was discussed earlier this afternoon. Do we have any comments or questions on amending the agenda to include it? All those in favor can signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed? Ayes have it, and that will become number 11. And that will be the resolution authorizing membership in the Intertribal Buffalo Council. Okay, seeing no unfinished business, we'll move on to committee report. Our first report will be from the Housing Authority by Executive Director Gary Cooper.
Madam Speaker, members of the council, good evening. I know it's been not just a busy day for you, but a busy month so far. So I'll try to keep my report very brief. Because of some scheduling conflicts for this month, we did have to move our regular September meeting up. It was held on Friday, September 6th. We are looking at holding our regular October board meeting, getting it back on schedule for Tuesday, the third Tuesday of the month, which would be October 15th. And also, we have a special meeting scheduled for, and I just realized because I think it's also the same time as NCAI, for Tuesday, October 22nd. And the purpose of that meeting is for some training. NAHC provides its members with training. They're going to come down and do 4 days worth of training for both Housing Authority and Cherokee Nation staff on a number of different issues, including some self-monitoring and compliance, admissions and occupancy programs, also an AHOSTA Essentials class. But one of the trainings that they also do is a Board of Commissioners training, which touches on a number of different areas that's very important. And they're going to do that for our Board of Commissioners on that afternoon for us. So that will be very beneficial to them. And I'll also be sending out a meeting, a notice to the advisory members and anyone else who may want to attend. They put together some really good trainings, and it touches on a number of different issues, and it's very beneficial for us. Last month, I attended our first formula negotiated rulemaking committee for NAHASTA. Although we did only meet for 2 days, it was a very brief, very short meeting. We were able to get a charter passed. We were able to start on some protocols. We will begin a second series of meetings in the morning in Denver, and those meetings will start 3 days worth of meetings that are liable to go late into the night as we work on trying to get some protocols passed. We don't know for sure when the next set of meetings will be because, of course, one of the guiding factors for that is a actual budget in place for HUD, which we really don't anticipate on seeing for quite some time. We expect probably to see a continuing resolution, and that will at least cover some funding, but it wouldn't allow them to host any of these meetings for some time. But we hope to at least get protocols in place, get some meeting logistics worked out, so whenever they do get funding available to host some more meetings, we will be ready to go, whether it's, just a month or two or 6 months or whatever. But we do anticipate that there'll probably be at least 6 meetings of the actual committee, because this is a very, very, very important discussion, because it has to do with formula. The formula is the formula in place on NAHASTA that basically is how the money is divvied up to all the tribes that get a portion of NAHASTA funds. We were able to help 88 Cherokee college students with the college housing program this year. Not quite as many as we was hoping for, but we were. That's how many we did have approved. There may be a few more that we are waiting on a few minor things on. We will do continuing applications for the spring semester starting in January, but we'll also open it up and take new applications should there be any. We give first priority to the ones who are continuing students, and then we also will try to fill any additional slots that we have. So if you do know of any and they did miss out on the fall semester, tell them be sure to keep an eye open for the spring. We will start that in January. We continue to assist well over 5,800 families with some type and form of housing assistance over at the Housing Authority. We are very proud of that. That is, whether it be with low rent housing, whether it be for rental assistance, whether it be for one of our other programs. But that also includes 2,400 Cherokee families that we help with Community Shield Insurance Program in conjunction with Amaran. Those are families who own privately owned homes who would have a tough time getting affordable homeowners insurance through another source, and we are able to help over 2,400 families with that, and we are proud of that, and we're glad that we're able to do that. As I promised, I would try to keep my report as brief as possible for this evening. That pretty much concludes what I have. If you have any questions, I'll be more than happy to try to answer those for you.
Any questions or comments? Okay, good report.
Thank you.
Thank you. Our next report is from Cherokee Nation Businesses. CEO Sean Slayton. Thank you, Sean.
Thank you. Chief, Deputy Chief, and Council, I appreciate the opportunity to represent our people before you, our employees. And we continue to have strong performance from our businesses. We're exceeding last year's results at the end of July by $2 million. And the forecast for the rest of the year looks good as well. Our contribution in terms of tax collection is $262,000, and we're happy to contribute that to the nation in the month of July. A couple of things I'd like to point out that were highlights for us. Our Cherokee Nation Red Wing Division was selected by the U.S. Army Eagle Program That's a company that's providing maintenance, operations, supply support, and transportation services to the U.S. Army. They're one of 25 8A companies selected to support the program, and additional large companies were selected during Phase 1 that will help us with that. We'll complete tasks, orders to support the Army's Directorate of Logistics, organizations, and others to supply transportation, refurbishment, and maintenance of their equipment as it comes back. Our Cultural Tourism Department continues to work hard for the nation. We're hosting the 15th Annual American Indian Tourism Conference September 22nd through the 26th at Hard Rock. This year's conference features the first culinary cultural trends with culinary speakers, including Cherokee citizen and C&E executive chef Don McClellan, as well as representatives from the Indian Pueblo Cultural Center in Albuquerque and the Smithsonian National Museum of American Indian. Also, the Cherokee Nation Prison Museum is hosting a temporary exhibit about legendary lawman Samuel Sixkiller. The exhibit showcases many of his adventures, accomplishments, and story in Cherokee history. He was the first High Sheriff of the Cherokee Nation and the first captain of the U.S. Indian Police. The museum is also showcasing guns that were owned by Cherokee patriot Ned Christie. The guns are on loan from the Fort Smith National Historical Site and are available for viewing until September 27th. As Chief mentioned, we are restoring this Saline Courthouse. We're putting a roof on it, and that should be done in 6 weeks, and then we'll look at doing additional work in the preservation area for that facility. We're also, the tourism department is accepting grant applications from schools to participate in the Cherokee history field trips for fall 2013. So if you know of somebody that might like to bring a tour from one of their schools, if they'll contact our cultural tourism, we'll try to arrange that. Current employment is 4,465. Our Cherokee percentage is 74.7%, with other Native at 7.5, for a total of 82.2 Native employment. And that concludes my report, and I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Are there any questions or comments of Mr. Slayton? Yes, Mr.
Just
Burke.
a comment. I attended the Tri-Council last Friday over to Hard Rock, and I was very impressed. I got to stay all night in the tower, and I believe it's on the 7th floor. But the place is very impressive, and I'd recommend it for anyone that needs a place to stay. I've been to quite a few places, and this is one of the best ones I've seen.
Thank you.
Very good, and I want to compliment you on you and your staff on the great work you're doing there.
Well, I appreciate that. It is a beautiful facility. The rooms are nice and large, and our staff works really hard to make sure everybody has a good time. I do want to add one thing. As I was coming in this afternoon, we've had a surveillance outage at Ramona, and so we had to shut the casino down. And the last update I have is it's about 5 or 6 more hours before they have that restored. When we lose coverage, we go into lockdown and ask everybody to leave the building until that's restored. So, anything else?
Yes.
Just, I want to commend you on your 74% Cherokee hire.
Thank you. Well, that's our staff and supervisors and managers doing that work.
Ms. Fulbright?
Yes, I have a comment. My husband and I, we attended the Tri-Council, and we really enjoyed our kind of executive suite room. It was kind of high class, you know. But what we enjoyed the most was all of that wonderful food. And when we get that new casino down at Roland, we still want that super buffet.
Will do.
We really enjoyed it.
Will do.
Other comments on this end? Okay, Mr. Slayton, thank you very much.
Thank you.
That moves us to old business. I see none pending. That'll move us into new business. Out of the Health Committee, we have number 1 on our agenda. Council Lady Hargis, will you take that?
Yes, this is a resolution authorizing the donation of radio equipment from the Cherokee Nation EMS to Bell Volunteer Fire Department. This is surplus equipment, and I make a motion that we approve this.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay. We have a motion and a second. Do we have questions or comments? All those in favor can signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed? Ayes have it. Councilman Byrd, will you take number 2?
Yeah, this is a resolution authorizing the placement of land in trust, buried property adjacent to Muskogee Avenue and Park Hill Road. Put that form of a motion.
Okay. We have a motion and second. Do we have questions? Okay. This is a resolution. All those in favor can signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed? Ayes have it. Out of rules, we have, out of the Rules Committee, we'll take number 3. Ms. Fulbright, will you take that?
Yes. A resolution authorizing Cherokee Nation to become a member of the National Congress of American Indians and to appoint the tribal delegate and alternates. And I move for this to be approved, but I think today in committee we had several people that wanted to be sponsors added. I think everyone. Is that correct?
Okay, so Shelley, all those that want to be added, just raise their hand real quick. Looks like the
everybody.
Yeah, looks like the whole committee wants to be added as a sponsor. We have a motion and a second. Questions or comments? Okay, all those in favor of this resolution can signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Ayes have it. Council Lady Hargis, will you take number 4 out of rules?
Yes, this is a resolution confirming the reappointment of Edward H. Fife III as a Commissioner of the Cherokee Nation Environmental Protection Commission. I make a motion.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and second on that resolution. Are there questions or comments? Mr. Fife was here at committee and answered questions at that point and was unable to be here tonight. Any questions or comments?
I'd like to be added as a sponsor, please.
So we have, well, how many would like to be added as a sponsor? This one's on Ed 5. Looks like. Raise your hands, folks. Okay, and then down here we've got some on the end. Raise your hands on this end so she can see who needs to be added as sponsor. Okay, all those in favor of this resolution can signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed? Ayes have it. Mr. Fife will continue on as a member of the Cherokee Nation Environmental Protection Commission. Council Lady Fishenhoff, will you take number 5?
Sure will. This is a resolution confirming the reappointment of Marty Matlock as a Commissioner of the Cherokee Nation Environmental Protection Commission, and I put it in the form of a motion.
Second.
We have a motion and second. Do we have added sponsors on that one also? Julia Harlan. Kara. Dig. Please. Let's see, Lee. Okay, got everybody? Questions or comments on that resolution? This is a reappointment, and he was here at the committee meeting and answered questions that at that time he was also unable to appear tonight. All those in favor of that resolution can signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Ayes have it. Ms. Lady Fishenhawk, will you take number 6?
Yes, this is a resolution confirming the nomination of Jim Cosby as a board member of the Cherokee Nation Administrative Appeals Board, and I move for his approval.
Second it.
We have a motion and second, and Mr. Crosby is here tonight. Do we have questions? Okay. Would you come to the podium, sir?
Yes, Madam Speaker. Thank you.
Council Lady Watts.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Mr. Cosby, welcome tonight.
Thank you, ma'am.
I failed to ask you about potential conflicts of interest. Is there anything that might be actual or perceived that you would want to disclose being a lower court?
You brought up that Justice Angela Jones and I rent her an office, which I guess may or may not be seen in that light, but that's the only thing I can think of.
So if there was an issue, one of you would recuse yourself if necessary, because you're considered really a lower court in some aspects, right, on issues?
I agree with you, but we never discuss business. It's simply a business arrangement, and we really don't discuss Cherokee Nation business other than maybe saying we have court, but I don't tell her anything that I do and vice versa. So, and I would never let it become a conflict. I take my job very serious with the nation.
I know you. That's why I was excited about your appointment. But then when I walked through Main Street and saw that during the holiday, I was a little bit took back. But I appreciate your candor.
Yes, ma'am.
And thank you for your willingness to answer. So we understood that, and the public understood that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Other questions or comments? This is on number 6. All those in favor?
I want to be added.
Okay. Do we have others that would like to be added as sponsors? Myself. Who else do we have down? Anybody else down on this row? All right. All those in favor of this resolution can signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed? Ayes have it. Mr. Crosby, looks like you're going to become a member of the Cherokee Nation Administrative Appeals Board.
Thank you. I feel very honored. Thank you.
Councilor Watts, would you take number 7?
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I will defer to my colleague who has much more experience with this issue to introduce the legislation. Thank you.
I want to applaud Councillor Watts for bringing this forward, and I'm grateful to have been added as a sponsor. This is a resolution to prohibit the development in the calving and post-calving grounds of the porcupine caribou herd. And the reason I am wanting to speak about this for just a brief moment is because earlier today in committee we were talking about buffalo and the genocide of the buffalo that many Lakota people regard the almost near extinction of that species in the 1800s. Well, for the Gwich'in people in Alaska, this is the same situation. The caribou are their buffalo. And I had worked on this issue, again, 20 years ago, I imagine, with people from several villages among the Gwich'in in Alaska, and it's a critical issue for them that there's the opportunity to prevent a genocide of caribou from happening. And I call it a genocide because they really do regard this creature as their family, as their relative, in much the same way that the Lakota do with and Northern Plains tribes with the buffalo. So I'm grateful to the council for their support of this, and I move for its approval.
Second.
We have a motion and second. Do we have questions or comments? All those in favor of this resolution can signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed? Ayes have it. Councilman Byrd, will you take number 8?
Yes, this is a resolution authorizing the submission of a grant application to administration for ANA for social economic development strategies, grant applications for entrepreneur and job development training center. And there is a matching, 20% matching required for this. If you have any questions, we have our Executive Director, Ms. Anna Knight, there in the audience.
Is there an amendment to the amendment?
Yes, the amount was from, well, the actual amount is $123,789.
And that, I believe that is a change
Yes.
from the one that's in the book, is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, so you're putting that in the form of a motion with that amended amount?
That's correct.
Okay, so we have a motion, do I have a second? Okay, we have a motion and second on this resolution. Are there questions or
I'd
comments?
like to be added as a sponsor, please.
Who else would like to be added as a sponsor? It looks. Okay.
I have a question, Madam Chairman. I'm sorry.
Yes, Mr. Lake.
If I could, to Mr. Byrd, so the original amount was 488, and now we're at 123.
The original amount was $97,785.
Okay, I got you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
I
you.
think that was the 20% match is what you.
The match, okay.
Okay, are all minds clear on this resolution? Any other questions or comments? Okay, all in favor of this resolution can signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed? Ayes have it. Council Lady Fishenhawk, will you take number 9?
Yeah, this is an act amending Legislative Act 3712. The purpose of this amendment is to authorize and approve some use of funds subject to their availability. The cumulative total of the budget is increased by $2,148,521 for a total budget authority of $577,933,109. And I put that in the form of a motion.
Thank you.
Do we have, is this the one that we have I believe we have an amendment on that one. Yes.
Read that amendment again.
I think this amendment's on a readjustment on a line item for the litigation fund.
Okay. So, Madam Chairman, if I could introduce an amendment to this, and it's on a line item on 17 and 18, is that it? Okay. On the line item for 17 and 18, I assuming everybody's got that page to look at, and I put that in form of a motion.
Second.
Do we have, and you would accept that as a friendly, and the second would accept? I believe that amendment.
It'll have a net effect of zero on the.
Yeah, it's a movement within the litigation fund from one litigation fund to a second litigation fund, I believe.
Both of them are fund. It takes it out of litigation and into advocacy initiative.
No net effect on the budget.
Zero.
Okay. Okay, are all minds clear? Do you have questions or comments? This is an act. Do I dare ask for motion by acclamation? Would that be a possibility?
Sure.
Okay. Do we have a motion for acclamation? All those in favor can signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed? Then we will approve Budget Mod 12 with that amendment. Council Lady Fishenhawk, would you like to introduce number 10?
Yes. This is an act amended Legislative Act 3812, authorizing the comprehensive capital budget for fiscal year 2013. It's Mod 4B. The purpose of this amendment is to authorize and approve the use of funds subject to their availability. The cumulative total of the capital budget is increased by $17,242,062 for a total capital budget authority of $124,376,012, and I put that in the form of a motion.
Do we have a second? Second. We have a motion and second. Do we have questions or comments? Okay, we have a motion for acclamation, request for acclamation. All those in favor can signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed? Ayes have it, and that act will also pass. Now, we have added to our agenda number 11. Councilman Snell, would you take that?
Yes. This is a resolution authorizing the Cherokee Nation's applications for full membership into the Intertribal Buffalo Council. And I move for its approval.
Second.
We have a motion and second on this resolution. Are there questions or comments? This was one that came out of committee today. Okay, all those in favor can signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed? Ayes have it. Number 11 will be approved. Okay, we're down to announcements. We'll start here on the right-hand side. Do we have any announcements? Okay. Yes, Ms. Fisher.
October the 8th, we're going to have a dinner in Adair County, and everybody's invited. It'll be about 5:30 in the Stillwell High School. Programs will be there.
Good.
Joe Bird will be the MC.
Okay. Yes. Council Lady Watts. Okay. We'll get Ms. Watts and then we'll move to
Okay. Thank you. On Monday, October 21st from 1 to 8, the photo ID folks will be at Sperry City Hall. And then November 12th, which is a Tuesday from 1 to 8, at the Chelsea Civic Center, the photo IDs will be out. And then Councilman Keener and I are hosting a town hall, primarily probably on healthcare, much probably to Connie's chagrin back there. And it'll be from 6 to 7:30 at the Rogers County Fair Board building in Claremore.
When is that?
On Tuesday, October 29th.
Okay. And Mr. Garvin, I think you was...
I have family members, and Janelle too. She's going to do the honors.
Okay, you're going to introduce some family.
Yes, we're happy to have them here from Sequoyah County. Councilor Garvin and I, cousins. John Garvin from Sequoyah County, his sister Yvonne Garvin Blevins, and her husband Curtis Blevins, and we're happy to have them. And I also have an announcement, another one. Tomorrow night, Councilor Thornton and I, we're having our annual joint meeting, community meeting at Blue Ribbon Downs at 6 o'clock tomorrow night, and we're having a catered buffet featuring roast beef. You all know food's very important to us. And everybody come out, and the chief is going to be our guest speaker, and we'll have people there from different departments, and we've got some great door prizes, and we'd like to invite all the council and everybody to come, and we're looking forward to that tomorrow evening, 6 o'clock, Blue Ribbon Downs. Thank you.
Councilman Byrd.
I just wanted to thank some of the staff for the assistance in the Cherokee holidays, along with Gary Chapman, Bruce Davis, Taylor Alsonay for helping us at the State of the Nation, making sure that we were comfortable there with temperature the way it was. Also, a special thanks to Teresa Chukalate and the committee for helping us this year with one of the largest powwows we've ever had. I want to thank the council for appropriating the amounts of money that we needed for that. It was a very big success, and I just want to thank all the committee that helped. Thank you.
Councilman Snell.
Yes, on Tuesday, September the 24th, we're having a photo ID at the Northeast campus of the VOTEC at Kansas, Oklahoma. Time will be from 5 till 8, and the chief will visit us at 6 o'clock, so everyone's welcome out. Thank you.
Okay. We have announcements on this end. Councilman Thornton.
Yes, on October the 15th at Gore, Oklahoma, at the Community Center, we're having the photo ID registration people there. And everyone that is watching this from that area, please come, get your new photo ID. Be from 1 o'clock to 8 o'clock. Thank you.
All right. Any other announcements?
Okay.
Council Lady Taylor.
Tomorrow night at the Graham Community Building and prior, we will be having photo IDs. It's going to just be from 4 to 8 because of some other scheduling conflicts, but anybody who knows anybody in that area, we haven't had the photo ID booth there before, so this will be a good opportunity to get that.
I've got another announcement.
Okay.
We
Councilman
missed
Walking Stick.
important. Well, we'd like to thank Carla and Gil and Shelley for the Tri-Council. They made all the tribes feel pretty important and put on a good golf tournament and came in second place. Got me a golf bag. That was really good. So anyways, Gil, Shelley, Carla, thank you. Appreciate that.
Okay. Council Lady Fulbright.
My last announcement is on October the 24th, on Thursday, from 1 in the afternoon to 8 at night, we're going to have Photo ID Day at the Sequoia County Fairgrounds down at Sallisaw, and we just got that confirmed today. We had to change it from when the original schedule was because we're going to have the chief be our guest speaker at 6 o'clock. So we're going to have Sequoia County covered pretty good. If Councilor Thornton has one at Vian, and then we'll have that one down at Sallisaw. Gore? I'm sorry. Photo ID Day. Okay, that's all for me.
And I would also like to thank our staff. This has been an extremely busy year for the council, and we have staff of 2 now, staff of 3 with Carla. They just spend all their time trying to get the 16 of us now, but was 17 of us. I see our former counselor Hoskins sitting on the back row. They have went out of their way this year to keep us all going to the right place, doing the right things, and between Intertribal and Tri-Council and getting us ready for NCAI, they've been extremely busy, and I certainly appreciate the staff. David kind of stole my thunder there. I was going. That's okay.
Sorry about that.
We can't say enough good things about our staff. We have a small staff, but a very productive staff. We have Jody Reese over here also acting as our accountant, and our prayers are with our attorney tonight because her mother has had a very serious operation today, and we missed her today, and I expect that she'll need to be with her mother for the next coming days. So let's all have Betty Barker in our prayers. Okay, and with that, do I hear a motion for adjournment? So moved. All right. We have a motion and a second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Thank you all.